Okay, this is what we're going to be making today. These superb apple turnovers with a bit of a cream icing glaze on the top. Come on, let's get cooking. So we're going to start with the filling for our apple turnovers, and here are the ingredients. Very simple. Right, here we go. 4 big apples there, some cinnamon, a lemon, 1/3 of a cup of soft brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of water. First we're going to get on and peel these apples, and then I'll come back when we're chopping them up. Right, now that we've peeled them, we can get in there and chop them up. Just cut them into 4 and then slice them up. And put them in a saucepan. We'll come back when we're all done. Right, there we have our apples all done. This is juice of 1 lemon. We'll just stir that through, that'll stop it from going brown. Now, our 1/3 of a cup of soft brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, or as much as you want. That's probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon for me. And then 1/4 of a cup of water. Now, turn this on a very, very low heat, and you want to cook it until the apples are really soft. Right, firstly get your baking tray and put some baking paper on it. Take that away. And now we'll have a look at the apples we did. There they are. Beautiful and soft. Just got to be careful we don't put too much of that liquid into our turnovers, otherwise the pastry will come quite soggy. Right, we're going to lightly flour our board, and then we'll get our pastry. Now we want squares. So whatever this measures, so about there. There. And that's a perfect square now. There we are. All nicely done. Now we'll just take the paper away. And we're going to cut these into 4 squares. Here we are. And we'll put them over there like that. And what we want to do, just lightly there we are. Now we'll get a spoon, dip it here, Here we are. I'm not going to put too much in to start off with, because the worst thing you can do is put too much in and have it squirting out the side during cooking. And already, as you can see, I've got a problem there. That's not going to fuse properly, but it doesn't matter. It'll just be one that I didn't do properly. Crimp them with a fork. And then they can go in our tray, and at the end we'll put egg wash over the top and we'll spike these to leave some ventilation holes. Alright, so let's see if we can do a better one. I'll do it down here. I'm not convinced you need this egg wash because this is quite sticky pastry. Let's get a smaller amount this time. Not that small, John. That's quite tricky because the dough is actually warming up, this pastry dough. There we are, that one's perfect. Right, I'll do the rest and then we'll come back. Right, here we are. We're just going to pop some vent holes in here. And then we're going to egg wash these so that they're nice and golden when they bake. I'll just come back when I've done all those. Right, there we are. I'm going to pop them into the oven now for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'll have a look at them at the 20-minute mark, see how they're going. Right, now we're going to make our glaze, which is half a cup. And now we're going to pour into that some fresh cream until we get it to the right consistency. Make a little well in the bottom here. Okay, this is exactly the right consistency. Never happens like this in reality. Well, certainly doesn't happen when I'm doing it on camera. But there you have it. That's perfect. Right, let's get our apple turnovers out of the oven. My apologies if this is out of focus. When it comes out, there we go. Right, we've got it out. They look gorgeous, don't they? Okay, a little bit of a tip on there and just squiggle. It doesn't matter if some of it's too heavy-handed and some of it's not enough. Okay, once that's cooled, we'll get it out onto a plate and we'll have a tasting. Okay, Let's have a taste. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful. That glaze makes a real difference. The way it combines with those beautiful cinnamon sweet apples, and then the crispiness of the puff pastry. These are heaven. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you make these. They're very easy, and they taste delicious. Okay, catch you later, and I'll see you on my next recipe.